Joining me to help us make sense of it all, X-Play's Adam Sessler, and on the co-host, Miss Jessica Chobot. How are you, folks?
Good.
Sessler, have you decompressed from E3? Have you been decontaminated? Okay, good.
I didn't have the energy to lift my arm to shave this morning. It's amazing.
I like a gruff post E3
Yeah,
Sessler.
I thought they're kind of like, hey, kids, shh, Uncle Adam.
All eyes on 2011. Now give me my medicine. All right, let's begin by taking a look at our poll results presented by AT&T. Now, earlier we asked our viewers which one of these guys won the E3. Of course, it was the big three. We had Nintendo, Microsoft, and Sony. And guess what? Nintendo is the winner with 40% of the vote. Do you guys agree? Do you think that Nintendo had the best show?
You know, I kind of am stepping away from this one only because of my situation working at IGN and doing our live show. I was the only one that I got to see was the Microsoft keynote. But I will say, that being said, the Microsoft keynote I did not find terribly impressive. So yeah, maybe Nintendo won it. I was pretty much stuck in one spot forever.
You got a free console. Don't cry too many tears all over your new 360 over it.
But that's the thing. Like, you get the free console, and I just want to make sure everybody knows, like, you know, Microsoft was not good just because you got a free console. There was a lot of things there that I had some issues with.
I think, yeah, like the first 20 minutes of Microsoft, it was like, oh, look, games I care about. Oh, wow, I'm bored. Right. Like, Don Matrick couldn't sell me free money at this point. Nintendo, I watched Nintendo while outside the shrine to do Sony on a TV this big, and even with that, I'm like, yeah, these guys took it away. And I think that if you actually included EA in those top three, it would have probably gotten number 2. I think Sony had a strong showing that was more entertaining for the people in the audience there than it, came across on TV or on the web. I think Microsoft's was just like, wow. I mean, I saw confused messaging. I didn't know who they were trying to talk to, and I didn't know who all the people they could be talking to could actually be excited about all their new technologies. Was
it Lollipop Girl, or who were they trying to chat?
Lollipop and Velveteen?
Velveteen, yeah. Wow. Lollipop and Velveteen loved it.
Jessica, I mean, I don't know. I know a lot of female gamers. They kind of have cool names. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. Well, let's get back to. I know you weren't at the Nintendo conference, but surely you heard the announcements and all the other stuff that came out. Yeah. And so, was it just because Nintendo went back to their old, stable, their reliable cast of characters, or was it really the 3DS?
You know, I think a combination of 3DS and also the fact that they kind of finally gave us what they've been promising for years and years and years, which was a lot more of the titles we grew up with that, might lean more towards the hardcore that everybody, like GoldenEye and things of that nature. New Legend of Zelda, although that one I heard was a little
I was a little, actually, Kirby's Epic Yarn is like the most awesome, charming game.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the one thing I have to say. I think this is why the avatars for Kinect and, whatever is being used in Move, they don't possess that innate charm that Nintendo has, and that even though, Kirby's kind of hardcore, it's also a pink blob without legs.
Right. And now it's not even that. Now it's an awkward thing of yarn that can shapeshift.
Like the co-op in that game, I was playing with Abby Happy, and it was like I could have done that just all day long. Yeah.
All right, but you weren't flailing your limbs madly and knocking over lamps and kicking your house pets, because we all know that motion control is what's hot. That's the way people are going to want to play games, right? According to Sony and Microsoft, they showed off their new motion control. Jess, what did you think? Are you on board with Move, or are you ready to Connect?
No, I'm not. Now, the thing with Connect, the only thing I would actually ever really use it for is
Skittles.
Well,
you want to pet Skittles?
All right, it's true, yes, Skittles. I know, that's like the one thing. Okay, but no, seriously, I mean, I'd like to use it as like a media browser for my Xbox. I love the fact that it has voice recognition. I can't wait for the day I can walk into a room and like pre-program it to say nice things to me. Like, that is what I want to have happen. Like, hello, Xbox. And there's realms of possibility there. Like Garmin does with the voiceovers from Star Wars. Why can't we have that for the Xbox voice recognition as well, eventually?
Right.
Another thing with Kinect is if they do really try to push this 3D home entertainment gaming with us, how rad would it be with Kinect to be like at your, like sitting in your couch, you've got the 3D, system thing for like Mass Effect, you're flying your own Normandy and you're like straight up out of Minority Report.
All that would be awesome, and teleporting Will.i.am onto my coffee table would be great too.
I know.
But what we've seen so far...
Wait, let me finish. I mean, I think it's a step in the right direction. Let me finish. I think it's a step in the right direction.
Kanye hasn't popped out yet. You're good.
A step in the right direction, but for what they're trying to push it for right now, as far as a controller to do your games.
Right.
Totally not sold.
User
totally do not
interface
care.
makes sense, but what about?
I also hate the name. I think they should have just stuck with Natal.
It's absolutely terrible.
Yeah, Natal at least sounded kind of cool, but
it's also it's not right. No, but I think the other thing is this is a huge launch for them. This is a whole way to get a new audience. This is something that clearly just with the Cirque du Soleil show, they're dumping lots of marketing dollars. They should have a game coming from Microsoft that is a must-have. They do not have a Wii Sports. I mean, that's what I can't understand. It was the most kind of just sort of limp rollout in terms of software.
They did kind of have a sports game, but it wasn't theirs. I mean, it was like an obvious like
something with
rip-off
the
of what
significance of Wii
Nintendo's
Sports,
done.
and they can't do it by just
all.
aping Wii Sports. They needed to have this. Oh wow! The closest thing we have is Mizuguchi's, and that isn't even Natal specific.
True.
It's Natal optional.
You can dance along with Lady Gaga with the harmonics game, though.
Look, I was having some talks with some of the guys upstairs, and that's probably the most standout game for Kinect.
Right.
That is damning it with faint praise if there ever was reason to do so.
And again, all these experiences we've had before. Yes, you had to hold the Wiimote for it, but so what? You know, you had a tiny little device with a wrist strap. We've had those experiences. I want the fresh new experiences that we can't
motion
have.
control in their press conference. I mean, look at the irony. It's backwards.
Well, what they totally want, Nintendo did it right the first time, so they don't need to prove themselves anymore. I think it's really kind of annoying that, you know, Sony and Microsoft are trying to, I mean, we always knew they were going to jump on the bandwagon. Obviously, it's a business, but it's just kind of like the way that they had put down Nintendo in the very beginning and how sassy they were about it, and now they're kind of trying to play back
Look at what we have brought to the industry.
Yes,
no one has done this before.
Like it's their thing.
Yes.
I'm like kind of insulted. I'm not stupid, people. I know what you're trying to do, and I'm not sold on it.
Yes, it's a press conference, not a I don't know, like dummies conference. I'm out of parables. I had a long E3.
Points were made today, my friends. Thanks to Adam and Jessica for keeping us in the loop. We appreciate it.